Hello, Namaste, and welcome to Semicolon Academy. My name is Ganeswar, and in this video, I will discuss on SEE Computer Science. So this video is especially dedicated to all the SEE appearing students, and this video may be helpful for preparing computer science exam. For SEE students, computer science is a optional 2 subject. So all the students appearing SE, they do not study computer science. And this video is for the students which are going to appear computer science exam in SE. So in this video, I am discussing on chapter 1. So without any delay, let me tell you about the today's agenda. Today, first of all, remember that this is the first video on a series of videos related to computer science for SE. So in this video, I will discuss from chapter 1. The chapter 1 for SE is data communication and computer networks. From this chapter, probably 4 marks may come in exam, including the subjective questions as well as objective questions. This is a little bit lengthy lesson and needs a lot of comprehensive knowledge, but it is not hard, as you already know, because I hope you have once gone through all the lesson. So in this chapter we have so many concepts, but in this video I want to make you clear on data communication and the communication medium or the communication channel. So what is communication? First of all, communication is the process of sharing information. Process of sharing information is communication. Right now you can see in front of you the two guys are talking with each other. Is this a communication? Yes, of course this is also a communication because they are sharing information in terms of their gesture and the sound. But here we are not going to discuss about this kind of communication because we are studying computer science. So we are discussing about the communication processes in which the computers are involved. And there are two types of communication processes known as telecommunication and data communication in which the computers are involved. Telecommunication, here the telecommunication word is actually made up of two words, tele and communication, where tele means far. Okay, tele means far. You know already about telephone, television, telescope, telemedicine. All these means far. So distant communication is telecommunication. The process of sharing information in terms of electromagnetic signals over a long distance is called telecommunication. Actually, telecommunication, Nepal Telecom, we know that. Telecom itself means for telecommunication. The telecommunication uses analog signals. Okay, there are two types of signals that are being transmitted through the communication channel: analog signals and the digital signals. We'll discuss on these digital and analog signals later in the same chapter, the chapter 1. But right now you remember that telecommunication prefers analog signals. Satellite and the telephony, that is voice call, belong to the telecommunication technology. Okay, but uh, in this chapter, telecommunication is not our concern. Our main concern is the data communication. Okay, the process of sharing of electronic data from one computer to another computer is called data communication. Actually, data communication and telecommunication, they are combined today. You can imagine telecommunication means the communication in which the internet is not involved. The textual message conversation is also not involved. Telecommunication means imagine you are talking with your friend by using mobile phones, okay, classical mobile phones, not the smartphones, the normal cell phones. So you are using telecommunication. But when you use internet, that becomes data communication, because in internet the data is transmitted in the form of packets. It is called TCP/IP network, in which data are transmitted in the form of packets, small packets, and those packets are transmitted through different all possible communication paths, and there is a different mechanism for that. We will not discuss on all these things right here, but remember, data communication always involves computer network such as internet or intranet, or sometimes the other types of networks also. Data communication uses digital signals. Okay, so it's a digital communication also. Internet, intranet, etc. are the examples of data communication networks. So for data communication to occur, we need these 5 components. They are called the components or the elements of data communication. The first one is sender. Okay, imagine these two guys are talking with each other in a telephone. Okay, and it may be telecommunication also. You may think about telecommunication, but as an example we can take this communication also as a data communication, because if the computer network is involved over there, so sender, the medium, and the receiver are 3 essential components of the data communication in our general perception. But not only these, we also need something other. Here is fifth one, that is sometimes we can exclude this also because this is obvious. If we do not have message, what to transfer? Nothing to transfer, right? So this can be excluded, and these 4 are the important. The fourth one is protocol. Before fourth one, I will talk about third one, that is medium. Here medium is the pathway through which the data are transmitted or carried from sender to the receiver. And we know that the medium can be of 2 types, that is wired medium and the wireless medium. Okay, and this is our today's main concern. We will discuss more on this, and I will give small introduction about the protocol also. Protocol means, imagine these two people are having conversation, but here, since we are talking about the data communication in computer science, we have to remember that sender is not this person, the sender is this device, the receiver is also this device. So this is actually the device to device communication. The device will be the sender, device will be the receiver, and the medium is either wired medium or wireless medium. Okay, so when one device is sending message to the another device, these devices are not like human being. We are smart. but these devices are not as smart as we are. That means for these two devices to talk with each other, to send and receive information and to transfer the information into the understandable way form, they need to have some agreement upon certain rules. Those set of rules on which the sender and receiver are agreed upon, and only then they can have communication. Those set of rules are called protocols. In very easy way you can understand like this. Right now you and me, we are talking with each other and we are using English language as a medium. But if you are not aware about Chinese language and I am speaking in Chinese, we will not have communication. So our protocol is, the protocol number one is, you and me both will use English language or Nepali language also, but we will not use any other language, third language, right? That's our protocol. If we do not follow this protocol, our communication will not be possible. In the same way, in electronic devices, they have to agree upon certain sophisticated and complex rules so that the communication will be possible. That set of rules is called protocol. So communication media is our main topic today. So communication media means the electronic pathway, the path through which information can be transmitted from sender to the receiver. So this is called transmission media or communication media. Okay, two types of communication media are there. The first one is, you can see, guided media, or sometimes it is also called bound media or wired media. Okay, so last one is quite clear for you, I think. The second one is unguided media, unbounded media, or wireless media. Here also last one is clear. So wired media means the kind of media in which the wire is involved for transferring the information from sender to the receiver. It is called guided because the wire itself acts as a guide for the signal. To which path it has to flow, the wire works as a guide. Wireless media is called unguided media because in wireless media such as Wi-Fi, there is no particular path through which the signal has to travel. Signal is transmitted in all possible directions. The receiver will, it's the receiver's job to decode the signals and generate the meaning. Okay, and they are also called bound and unbound meaning. I hope this is also clear. Bound means the movement of the signal is confined. Unbound means the movement of the signal is not confined through a single way. It can travel through any possible way. And guided media are mainly these three types of guided media are there: twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and the fiber optic cable. Okay, we'll see one by one all of these. So first of all, let's go for the twisted pair cable. Look at this picture of twisted pair cable. Probably this picture may be used at your house also, right? This is the most common wire that is used in our house, right? It is called twisted pair cable because it is twisted and the cables are twisted in pair. 4 pair of cables are there with different color codings, and this color coding is also important for the mechanic or the person who is connecting the internet, because we have to use the proper color coding for attaching the RJ45 jack over here. Okay, RJ45 jack goes over here in the twisted pair cable, RJ45. So twisted pair cable is suitable only for the short range communication because its speed is very slow and it has less noise immunity and high attenuation. These two terms are the standard terms. Don't forget to use these terms. They are the weighty terms. So noise immunity means you know that, right? If you have good immune system, the coronavirus will not attack you. In the same way, the signal traveling through the wire, if the wire has weak immunity, the noise around the wire will affect the signal. So if there is good noise immunity, the signal will propagate as it is without disturbing. But here in twisted pair cable, what is the case? The cable has less noise immunity. That means that signal, if we use it for the long range communication, the signal will get distorted, the signal will get affected, and the background noise will affect the signal. And it has high attenuation. High attenuation means the process of becoming the signal weaker and weaker when it travels through a long distance. When a signal travels through a long distance in a wire, you know, because of the resistivity of the wire, the signal becomes weaker and weaker. So this property is called attenuation, and this twisted pair cable has high attenuation. High attenuation is not good. High noise immunity is of course good. So this wire is not good for long range communication. The question may be asked that why twisted pair cable is not suitable for long distance communication. You can say because it has less noise immunity and high attenuation. The two types of twisted pair cable are there. They are UTP and STP. The full form is also quite often asked. On shielded twisted pair cable and the shielded twisted pair cable. What is this? This is unshielded twisted pair cable. Why it is unshielded? You can see that there is no shield. But this is shielded twisted pair cable because here you can see sealed. Then you can say the differences between unshielded and shielded twisted pair cable. The difference is that shielded twisted pair cable is better because this sealed, actually normally the aluminum foil is used, or any other material may also be used, but this shield is used to reduce the background noise. The noise coming here, noise means the the electromagnetic waves of different frequencies are attacking the signal traveling through this wire, and those noise cannot affect largely if the twisted pair cable is shielded. And the second one is coaxial cable. Look at this picture. I think this picture is quite familiar to you. This type of wire is used to transmit the signals in cables, right? Television cable lines. It is guided transmission media suitable for long range communication. Look at this. If it is long range communication, then definitely you can say some features. It is suitable for long range communication. Why? High noise immunity. The background noise cannot disturb the coaxial cable because this cable has high noise immunity. And less attenuation. Less attenuation means even the signal travels through a long distance, the signal will not become very weak. Of course, the signal will become weak, so that we need to regenerate the signal at different poles. A television cable line, you may have seen that in different poles the repeaters are used there to regenerate the signal so as it can further travel to the longer distance. It is suitable for metropolitan area network. Okay, man cabling such as cable TV. So cable TV is using this. It has faster data transmission speed. See this diagram. It has a jacket. Sometimes this diagram may also be asked in exam. Okay, so we have to be prepared. So this jacket and metallic shield. Okay, dielectric insulators central conductor. These are the different components of this coaxial cable. Just practice to draw this diagram. Next is fiber optic cable. The third type of cable is fiber optic cable. And you already know that fiber optic cable is the very fast cable wired media. Okay, so fiber optic cable uses it uses light signals. Okay, light signals to carry information. So here you will not see wire like the copper wire and aluminum wire over here in fiber optic cable. In fiber optic cable you will see the small fibers. Okay, these fibers are maybe made up of plastic or the glass also. Glass fibers are preferred good for long range communication, but uh, they do not use any wire. They use light. That light is called modulated light. If light contains some data in it, then that light is called modulated light. And the modulated light can travel through a very long distance. You know the velocity of the light, right? 3 lakhs meter, 3 lakhs kilometer or kilometer per. I know 3 into 10 to the power 8 means 3 lakhs kilometer. Yes, 3 lakhs kilometer per second. So that will be the speed of the data also. So this is very fast. And you may think why how the light can travel through this kind of opaque uh, this kind of transparent uh, fibers, right? You may have studied in your science subject also total internal reflection. Suppose this is a fiber. Okay, it's a single fiber. The light is entered into the fiber from the source such that the light doesn't escape out of this one. The light suffers total internal reflection, right? And it goes on multiple total internal reflection and it goes to the destination easily without any problem. It cannot escape out of this transparent object also. Okay, it is suitable for very long range communication. It has very high noise immunity. Even if the background noise is coming over here, the noise cannot disturb the signal. And it has less attenuation, means it has almost zero attenuation. From the source to the destination, the signal can travel without being weaker, much weaker, because there is no wire involved, so no resistance. It is suitable for man and WAN communication, means where the computer has to communicate over a large distance. It has very fast data transmission speed. You can see the diagram. Optical fiber, the inner bundle, outer bundle, or the jacket. The second type of media is unguided media, as we have already discussed over here. Not here. We have here, right? The second type of media is what? Unguided media. Let's go there. Unguided media. Unguided media means the communication media in which wire is not involved. The signal is flowing, traveling in the form of electromagnetic waves, right? So Bluetooth, infrared, Wi-Fi, radio wave, microwave, satellite. These are the examples of unguided media or wireless media. You remember one thing. You may think that what is Bluetooth, what is infrared, what is Wi-Fi. All these are different names. But in easy way, what you can understand is all they are the electromagnetic waves, right? All they are the electromagnetic waves. But the difference is the difference is only on Okay, so only the frequency is different. In other words, they are all same. So this is saying that this term Bluetooth is, I found it in the Wikipedia, that the term Bluetooth is named after the Danish king Harald Bluetooth. This technology was first used in his car. Okay, a fact. So infrared transmission, let me use the microphone because some disturbance is coming. Is it being recorded? Yes. Okay, infrared transmission. As I already told you that for different wireless media like Bluetooth, infrared, Wi-Fi, radio wave, microwave, satellite or laser, all they are nothing but the same electromagnetic wave but of different frequency. Okay, then infrared is a wireless technology used for device communication over short range. Okay, infrared can carry the signals only over a short range. Why it is so? Because the answer is over here. Infrared signals are high frequency signals. Okay, so if the signals has high frequency, it cannot travel to the long distance because high frequency means low wavelength. Because you know in your science you have studied in sound that the you have studied, not in sound, in wave you have studied that the velocity of an electromagnetic wave is the product of frequency and the wavelength, right? If the frequency is very high, the wavelength should be less. When there is less wavelength, the distance cannot travel through a long, the wave cannot travel through a long distance. Okay, so microwave and radio wave, they have relatively high uh, wavelength than the infrared. So infrared is high frequency signals. We use infrared where? In remote control. Okay, you may have seen infrared used over the web camera also. Not web camera, this CC camera, CCTV camera. Next, microwave transmission. Remember that infrared has high frequency, then microwave has medium frequency. Okay, wireless transmission media in which data are transmitted by the electromagnetic wave having medium frequency. Medium frequency for young, easy to remember, right? Microwave has medium frequency. All the other things are there, but in microwave one more thing is there which is frequently asked in the exam also, that is line of sight transmission. Microwave is called line of sight transmission medium. Why? Because in microwave the sender and receiver should see each other. If there is a any obstacle in between them, they cannot transmit easily. Okay, so it is called line of sight transmission. It cannot penetrate the walls and cannot be bent. Microwave are used for satellite communication also. So microwaves are found to be good for satellite communication. There is a reason. The reason why microwaves are suitable for satellite communication is, you know, in Earth we have different layers of atmosphere, right? And there is ionosphere. There is ionosphere which contains different charges, and out of different waves, this microwave is found to be less affected by this ionosphere, so that satellite which is sitting over the ionosphere can easily communicate. If we use that infrared for satellite communication, that will not be suitable because this the charges, ions present in the ionosphere will affect the signal. But in this microwave, the ions are not affecting much. So these microwaves are used for satellite communication. Next, another one is radio wave transmission. Radio wave transmission is also the electromagnetic wave, but it has low frequency, right? It has low frequency, and it can be used for long distance communication because long it has the low frequency. Low frequency means, as I already told you, low frequency means high wavelength. So high wavelength means can travel through the long distance, can penetrate the walls. So radio waves can penetrate the walls. I told you already. Radio waves are not used for satellite communication. The reason is same, because they get affected by the ionosphere. Okay, so just remember these things, not other only. Infrared, high frequency. You can see this frequency. Here is a high frequency. There is a low frequency. And infrared has high frequency. Microwave has medium frequency. Radio wave has low frequency. But all they are electromagnetic electromagnetic waves, right? The others are also there. Satellite communication, I already told you about satellite communication also, right? Microwave is used in satellite communication, right? Microwave for data transmission. um, the satellite is the best option if we want to connect the global communication technology channel. Okay, if we want to make a global communication network, the best idea is satellite. We may have few satellites around the earth, right? Few satellites around the earth, and the intra-satellite communication can occur, and the signal will given to all the parts of the earth, right? Laser transmission is also wireless communication technology. Actually, the laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. This full form is less asked in exam, not asked actually, because it is not given anywhere in school books also. It is, I will repeat if you want to remember, light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Actually, you can see this picture now. In laser light beam, we can send signals. Here it is sending the audio signal, right? Here we can connect another speaker over here, and before speaker we may have this signal has to pass through the decoder circuit, and the decoder circuit will decode the audio signal, and the audio signal will be given to the speaker, and the speaker will play the sound even they are not connected by any wire. This laser beam can transmit the signal also, but it is very rarely used. And Bluetooth, nowadays Bluetooth is also very famous for the personal area network or private area network, that is mobile phone network. Only two devices, or or two or three devices or five devices can also be connected, but in the range of about 20 meters. Okay, and Bluetooth is also low frequency device. Low frequency means high wavelength, so it can penetrate through the walls also, we know that already. But here for your exam, the most important are only these three for your exam: infrared, microwave, and radio wave. But don't forget to study all these also, because it's not so difficult. And the last but not the least is Wi-Fi transmission. Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity. Okay, so it is wireless transmission technology that uses high frequency radio wave to set up WLAN. So it also, all are electromagnetic waves of different frequency. Okay, and Wi-Fi is also one of them. It uses high frequency. And uh, WLAN is used. WLAN setup is done by using Wi-Fi. That means WLAN stands for wireless local area network. Remember this full form. And here are a few differences between the guided media and unguided media. Many of these differences you already know. Let us check once. For guided media, they use wire to transmit media. They use electromagnetic waves to transmit data. They use wire to transmit data. Guided media are faster. Unguided media means wireless media are slower. So you already know it. Sometimes in your house, if you find your internet connection not working well, instead of using Wi-Fi, you may directly connect to wire to your laptop. They are difficult to set up. Guided media are difficult to set up because we have to do the installation of all the wire. Okay, and the management of wire is difficult if we have to go through the long distance. Even for the short distance also, it's difficult, and it is easy to set up, and maintenance will be easier. We don't have to search for the wire. Its maintenance is also hard. Less mobility. Guided media provides less mobility. The mobility means the ability to move. That means uh, if you try to move holding your cell phone, right? Your landline phone. Can you move to the city, to the market, go to the shopping by carrying your landline phone in your pocket? Of course not. It has less mobility because of that wire. And high mobility, definitely on-guided media provide high mobility because there is no wire. We can carry the device and move anywhere. Examples you already know: coaxial cable, twisted pair cable, and fiber optic cable. In this on-guided media, we have Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, laser, satellite, radio wave, infrared wave, microwave, and so on and so forth. Here are some advantages of using guided media and the disadvantages of guided media. You already knew these things from here, so you can just pause the video and read this. And advantage of using unguided media also we already discussed. One more point, which is secure, wireless or wired. The wireless is less secure because the signal is available to everyone. In wired media, the signal is available to only those those devices to which the wire is connected. So wired media is secure. Okay, so this is for today. Thanks for watching this video. And if you found this video quite helpful for you, please do subscribe my channel and share this video to all the SE preparing students so that everybody will be benefited. Thank you so much. I will meet you in next video.